says, and today's edition of Ask A Haitian is the newlywed edition. So, Eden, can you introduce yourselves to our guests, to our viewers, I should say?
Hello, my name is Eden Francois. I'm currently married for 2.5 years. I'm married to a Haitian girl, of course. Pretty much, we been married for 2.5 years. Just had a newborn 4 months in.
Congratulations on the baby.
Thank you. And we're loving it and living it. That's it.
Awesome. So May is Haitian Heritage Month, and I really wanted to speak to Haitians of various backgrounds. We've already done our episode with Haitian who Ask a Haitian who is in an interracial marriage, interracial relationship. So I thought, what better way than to speak to a Haitian who is married to another Haitian? When it comes to your wife, did you purposely seek out to date or marry a Haitian woman? Or was it that you were open to other ethnicities and races, and it just so happened that your wife ticked all the boxes?
Well, to be honest, I wasn't even looking for a Haitian girl. I mean, I just told myself the next person I marry has to love God. It could be any background, but it happened to be a Haitian woman, and we've been sparking it up ever since.
That's awesome. And so what is your Haitian background? Like, did you grow up in a place predominantly Haitians? Are both of your parents Haitian?
Well, I'm Haitian American, you want to say. Both of my parents are from Haiti. And born and raised in Haiti, so I might as well say I have Haitian blood.
Awesome. Est-ce que vous parlez créole ou c'est l'anglais c'est mon parler? Because that's the thing as well. When you are Haitian, everybody wants to know if you speak Creole or not. Do you speak Creole? Do you understand Creole? Can you write Creole? It's like a litmus test they give you to kind of check on your Haitianness of whether or not you speak Creole or not. So I know you have a daughter. Have you already started speaking Creole to her?
To be honest, not yet, because she's still in the early stages, but it's definitely, a choice. Matter of fact, it's not even a choice. She has to learn it. She has to learn her background. And when she gets a little older, we want to take her over there, at least to see what's going out there and see her heritage and how things came about, But yeah, we definitely going to keep it in the family and make sure she learns about her culture.
Awesome. And so, speaking of the Haitian culture, there's so many memes, so many stereotypes about Haitian men. They're dogs, they got families all across, America and Haiti, or even if they live in Canada, they got a girl in every area code, zip code country. So is that something that you thought about when you were looking for your wife, that you hope, what was it how did you try to make yourself stand out so that way she, because I'm sure you've heard the stereotypes as well. So was there anything that you purposely did to let her know, or your other girlfriends know, hey, I know you've heard the rumors about Haitian men, but I'm not that type of Haitian man?
No, but not my person. I spoke for it myself. I didn't have to really push the situation. Oh, I'm Haitian and I'm not a dog or nothing like that. It's just my personality. But as far as that stereotype, it is true. I mean, Haitian men, especially from Haiti, do their thing. But me, for myself, that's not me. And if you ask anyone, they would say Eden is not that type of person. So, my personality spoke for me.
And what do you think about that stereotype that Haitian men are kind of just like philanderers? Is it a cultural thing, you think? Or is it something where...
I think it's not even a cultural thing. It's just the way these men grew up, not having the morals of a Haitian man, or I'm not gonna lie, Haitian men do take care of theirs. They take care of their families, whatever, girlfriends, families, whatever. They work hard. But as to have to stick to one specific woman, they don't have that background moral because of, you know, how they grew up back in the day, you know.
Right. So it's more of a nurturing environment, because there are plenty of Haitian men who are married that they don't cheat, they don't have that. And it just so happens that we see and hear more about the quote unquote bad ones because, you know, that sells. That's what, you know, makes us click the blogs or the WhatsApp groups or, you know, the local gossip is, girl, have you heard such and such is also dating such and such? So
right. Again, that's what they did, you know. And it's another trend to have multiple children, either even with just different girls, you know. That's a trend that I normally see a lot of Haitian men do have. But you me, I grew up different, so I mean, I'm not worried about that, and that's not going to influence me. And when I have my boy, I'm going to instill those values. You know, one woman, one girl. That's it. Keep moving.
I think that's something very powerful and awesome that you said. You have to instill it in them because, of course, they're going to see the outside world, not just here with Haitian men. It might be other outside influences, but if at home is being taught to you, hey, one girl, one wife, you know, now, are you going to allow your son and your daughter to date? You know, Haitians don't believe in dating. So that could also be the problem too. It's like, you can't date nobody. You just got to hurry up, go get married. And then you married, but you still want to test the water. So are you going to allow your children to date, you think?
I'm going to allow them to date because it's their choice. It's not my choice. They're the ones that's going to be living with this person for the next 50, 60 years of their life. I'm not. So why would I insert myself in that situation?
Si parents te tando di ça. Si parents haïtien tando ap do ap fè choix pa yo.
Because for your tandem, parce que moi-même qui fais petite pomme, c'est petite pomme. Ou te get petite pomme, you did whatever you had to do with
That's facts. That's facts.
I'm going to take care of mine.
And I think for me, it's just seeing that as we are growing older, moving away from some of the older generations, we're taking some of the things that we've seen them work, right, and the things that we've seen have not worked, we're putting them to the backside. Because being Haitian, like that culture, when it comes to being married, sometimes there's such polar opposites. Like, because you have the Haitians that are just like, hey, hurry up, get married, don't do this, don't do that. And then you have the others is like, well, I mean, why get married?
Why get married?
And even if you do get married, you can still have your boyfriend on the side, you can still have your girlfriend on the side, as long as you take care of them. And that's usually the stipulation. As long as you're going to take care of them, do it. So, did you surround yourself? Sorry.
But what's the point, though? What's the point of taking care of multiple women? Like, that's just wasting your time, you know? What's the point? Like, where are you getting at? Where are you getting at? You just want to splurge your money? Fine, just give me some too. Like, you know, but
right, like we're gonna listen, if you feel like cheating on your wife, just send me some money, blow that money, and then, you know, because it's just marriage for some people is a badge of honor. It is their meter, how they measure their success. But you have to be in a good marriage, right? It has to be a good partnership. You know, you have to be evenly yoked together. Now, for you, where did you find your examples of either positive Haitian married couples, or did you have to look outside of the Haitian community to find that type of, you know, guidance and mentorship?
Well, as I, like, you know, throughout my life, you know, I did a few girls, and I didn't know the values I was looking for until I got it from my pastor. My pastor instilled and told me, this is the quote he always says, if you're going to date someone, make sure he or she loves Christ as much as you do, you know? And the thing about it is, with Christ, anything is possible. With him in the center, anything is possible. So, like I'm saying, like you have a team, right? If the team wins, if the team works together and wins, they win the championship, they make money, they have fun, right? If the team just doesn't work together and just doesn't listen to one another and pretty much just do their own thing, they're not going anywhere. So that's what he's saying. Like you have to love Christ with you love the church.
Like Christ loves the church, exactly.
Yeah. So if you love Christ as much as I do, that means that we're going somewhere. We're gonna do big things. So that's what he told me, and that's what I followed. And I prayed and I prayed and I prayed and I prayed, and then right then that's the girl I married, a woman that loves Christ as much as I do. And look where we're at now. We're married. We have a house, kids. We're trying to make moves and do things together as one.
That's very, very awesome. Now, do you have other newlywed friends? Is there like a group of young Haitians getting married and swapping stories and helping each other out?
Well, I'm a part of a married couples group, but it's not I want to say an open group is a closed group, and we talk about little things in there like values. Of course, it's gonna have the nagging. Oh, what don't you like about your husband? What don't you like?
I mean, you gotta take the good with the bad, and that's another part of marriage as well.
Of course.
You have to do that. So I like the idea that you guys have a group, because also in the Haitian community, sometimes there is a bad marriage, but there's no divorce.
Right. They just stay just to stay.
Just to stay. Yeah. And how do you feel about that now that you're newlyweds and you're, I guess you're thinking about what you witnessed on the other side of it, just people who just stay married just to have that name of I'm married to a man or I'm married to a woman. Like, not in that group, do you guys discuss that just staying married just for the sake of saving face?
Honestly, like Haitians, especially if they go to church, there's no such thing as divorce. So because their fear, this is their fear. Their fear is the outside world talking about them.
Sayo abdi.
Sayo abdi, exactly.
Problem gen is kimunti yo. Yo baga jam din kimunti yo. Sim kon yo nga pala vet yo mba kon yo.
Yo, who's yo
abdi?
It's their peers. They're feared of
and see, as a younger person, like, it's very interesting that how the adults have their peers that they'll be ashamed of, and you're like, you do know that they have the same problems too. Like, we know our friends go through stuff too, so it's like, how come you don't know your friends is probably lying to you as well? They just been on a good phase. Right,
which is true. This is definitely true, but at the same time, they rather just sacrifice, not talking, and one live in the basement and one live on the first floor, or one stay in one room, the other one stay. Nah, it can't work out like that.
That's not a marriage. That's not a marriage. That's like a roommate.
If you're gonna do that, get counseling. Try to work it out.
Come on, yes, Haitian counseling. I think that's so great.
Haitians don't believe in counseling either. They don't think a person can fix their marriage, but it's good to talk things out. I always tell my wife, if I have a problem and I know that I have a problem with you, first I'm gonna communicate that to you. But if we can't fix it, we got to go to counseling, and that's where it's gonna be resolved. I think so. But if the event that it can't be fixed, then we have to part ways. We have to part ways. But again, I'm gonna try my best to push forward for the marriage and make it work. It's not only for me, it's for my daughter, for my future son, and it's for all our future. So
awesome.
That's what it should be.
Now, did you guys do premarital counseling ahead of time? Did you go through all those? A lot of couples, some do it, some don't. It doesn't really matter if you're religious or not. They can do the non-religious, but you do it before you get married. Did you guys partake in that as well?
Yes, you do. But I suggest you do it more, because I believe the thing is not even premarital counseling, just counseling, period. All the time. We should always get a chance to go fellowship or talk to other people, because
the WhatsApp groups is not gonna like this. The WhatsApp, the little,
I'm sorry. I'm just speaking the truth. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. But I'm just stating the fact that, like, from my knowledge and from my understanding and from where I'm trying to come from is I'm trying to keep my marriage. I'm not trying to destroy my marriage. And if it comes to the point that I have to get to that point, I'm going to counsel. I'm going to fight for my marriage because I believe fighting for your marriage is true. Why waste, again, this is where I come from. Why waste your time and your money and your energy marrying a person and then you're not fighting for them? Like, you just you just wait. Like, you might as well say, I should have stayed single.
Right.
I should have stayed single.
And speaking of staying single, did you feel any pressure to get married? I know for Haitian girls, there's usually pressure on them to hurry up, depending on the family dynamic, maybe go to college and get a job, or at least graduate from college and then get married. Did you feel any pressure as a Haitian man to get married?
No pressure. I wasn't even thinking about the age thing. Oh, I'm 35, 37. It's not even that. It's just that, again, like, I was more focused on Christ. I wasn't even, like, when I was in my last relationship before I got into my new relationship, it had been 5 or 6 years, and I was really concentrating on, not even concentrating on being in a relationship. I was concentrating on Christ. And then, like, Christ brought me to her, like, literally brought me to her. I was just, in my zone, whatever. Then boom, I met her. Then boom, we in 4 years dating. Boom, and I get married. So
you didn't even know it happened.
I don't even know. It just happens when you're not searching for it. It happens.
You was like, this is a nice young lady I met. She real.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Year 2 go by. Year 3. Wait a minute. I think I love her. Wait, we gotta get married, girl.
Exactly. And when I first met her and I told her, when I asked her out, I was like, listen, I want to just let you know that I'm going to communicate the best that I can, because that was my last fault in my old relationship. Come
on, growth.
We have to communicate, both of us. We're going to communicate, whether we feel like it's going to hurt one another, but we have to communicate. So we are on that same level of understanding, and that's what I feel like that these Haitian men don't do. They don't communicate and tell, listen, this is how I feel. They'd rather just go take it somewhere else, spend money, buy a female, and that.
Right. I think that's something that's so important, is that, one, you realize what didn't work in your past relationship.
Right.
Get into a new relationship. You explain that to her, and then she has to decide, okay, am I good at communicating? Can I follow along with this? Can I do this along with him?
Right.
And now, the fact that she is Haitian too, how has that been, like, either a benefit? Like, what has been some of the pros of her being Haitian? Because now most Haitians have similar upbringing. So what were some of the commonalities that you saw in dating her, and then now that you guys are married?
I mean, first of all, the food. I mean, Haitian,
of course. Miss Ashley, manger, of course.
Yeah.
Manger, I never mind.
Oh yeah.
Manger, number one.
But yeah, like I mean,
like, girl, you can cook. Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah. But, like, for the most part, like, the commonalities we saw in one another, the fact that we're Haitian, we come from the same background. We enjoy. We have that common ground. Like it's not like being Haitian and Trinidadian and Haitian and Spanish. It's like the same thing, and we share the same, I want to say, cultural background. It's good. It's good. And that we can have the same upbringings we have. We can share that. That's always a good thing. Whenever you can laugh about how your upbringings were, it's the same stories, because all Haitians do the same thing.
They all go to the same parenting school, okay?
They do the same exact thing.
From kindergarten to baccalaureate, even before they even thought about having kids. Even Haitians who don't have kids went to the parenting school. You fed
exactly.
You fed 100.
So if I was to marry another girl that was another cultural background, I couldn't share those similarities because honestly, I think it would be boring to be me. I mean, it would be a boring relationship. But at the same token, I still try to make it work. But I'm glad that I married someone that had the same cultural background.
And how has that blended Haitian family has gone? Parce que qu'on n'est pas haïtien, dans la communauté haïtienne, bah mes familles moun sa yo, moun ki bon yo. Bah mes moun sa. Did you run into any of that because the same way like with Americans or other nationalities, certain people, if you're from this part of town, no, we don't mess with those who are from that part of town. Oh, the Joneses don't marry the Smiths. Was that anything that you dealt with when trying to, say, meet your wife's family or your wife's family meeting your family? Was there any of that friction or rift?
Unfortunately, no. I mean, of course, you know, being the guy and, you know, knowing, okay, what part of Haiti is from? Okay, I'm from Didin, okay? And then...
Tudun in the building!
Yeah, Didin is that, knowing that, okay.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Don't come for Didin. Don't come.
But, again, I have that, the respect. You know, people know me, and they know who I am, and they know what I was about. So they heard about me. So there was no type of thing. Like, they just opened, like, they... opened their arms and they said, hey, I know who you are, you know, let's do this. You know, there was no friction amongst parents. Everybody was cool. Everybody was cool and cordial.
Okay, that's awesome. Yeah. Like, I think it's so great that it's kind of been a seamless transition into the families, because families, especially when in the Haitian culture, you know, family plays a big part. Right. And, you know, hey, I might have to go pick up my mom and drop her off. If you dating somebody or marrying somebody who don't understand that dynamic of like, wait, what? You gotta go where? Your mama house to do what?
Right.
You know, and it's a bit harder for them to understand. But when you have a Haitian spouse, girlfriend, they kind of understand that dynamic. Of course, you want to make your boundaries and stuff, but it is good to be around somebody who kind of understand you know, why you do some of the things you do, say, for your family or big family gatherings.
Right.
Oof. Those are another big thing. So also in the same vein of culture, have you gone to Haiti before? Have you guys gone to Haiti together? Is that something that you guys have talked about?
We haven't been to Haiti. I've been to Haiti, but she been to Haiti too, but not together.
Okay.
We did talk about going to Haiti together soon, but we don't know when. We don't know.
Right, we got coronavirus. We got
but we did speak about going to Haiti. And I just wanted to add, going to Haiti, I just want to put this out there. Going to Haiti is not just going to resorts. Going to Haiti is going to visit these places and see how people live and understand the way of life, because what we got here and what they got over there is totally different, and you have to see the way your ancestors lived. I mean, and knowing where you are from, specifically being about your culture, is good. It's good. Knowing what type of foods they grow out there, knowing what type of, how they, make way in paying for school and paying, just learning those key things about those ways that your ancestors did the things they did just to get you. My parents here or my father here is really, really informative, and you should.
I do like that. Like that point. Like, it's that connection, because a lot of cultures, they do the same thing. They go back. So if they're from Italy, once every couple of years or every year they go back, so you can see, because you have that connection.
Right.
Also, it helps you if, say, Haitians love a doom, and you got this cousin that your mom keeps sending your clothes to,
right,
your new Timbs to, your favorite dress to, and you like, I know. and it disappears, and then you go and you see it's actually being put to good use.
Right.
Or you see that, hey, what we're sending them is not useful to them.
Mm-hmm.
Because you get to see it with your own two eyes. Why do they need a sweater? Why is your mom sending you sweaters to, and the low is 60. They don't need a sweater for 60.
Right.
So, it is good to get in touch with your culture and see. I believe that one of the cathedrals burned down in Haiti. It's like that historical preservation, like
right.
for us to get involved and go to see these things before they deteriorate all the way.
Right. That's definitely right. I mean, the last time I went was 2014. 2014, the year I met my wife. I went that summer, and it was great to see. I went sightseeing, and it was great to see the whole entire. I want to say Haiti. I've been to majority of the towns, but it was great to see those things, and I have a memory of it, and like I saw how people lived in different towns, because different towns do different things.
Mm-hmm. Different parts of Haiti, the different departments do different things. Muno, OS,
It was great to see that, and hopefully I could take my daughter and future son out there, so they could see where they come from and what their ancestors did.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And so as we begin to wind down, what advice would you have for, those that say are either currently dating their Haitian partner or those that are newlyweds? Like, what have you learned so far in your married journey that you would like to spread on to those thinking about getting married or have just gotten married? Like, what have you learned in these 2 years of being married?
I learned pretty much, just keep your mouth shut. Nah, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Happy wife, happy life.
Exactly. No, I mean, honestly, I just learned more about my wife. I already knew about my wife, and the things that we put forth when we started dating is just a continuation. It shouldn't be. It was nothing new that I didn't know. It's just that the difference was we're just living together now. Now it just made that sealed the deal, us being together. But everything beforehand, I knew. But just when you marry someone or you're getting to know someone as a human being, as a Haitian, and as a Haitian American, I would say, and as a girlfriend or even a husband or wife or whatever the case may be, communicate. That's what it is. Communicate. That's the key, and you'll be all right.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Because sometimes I think in our culture, just how we are raised, that talking back, that asking questions, it doesn't really happen. So if all your life you have been told what to do, it's hard then to now have some of your own thoughts. How do you like it? And I love that you've been mentioning counseling and communication, because sometimes like simple things of you don't like sauce pois, and your mom's like, well, you're going to eat sauce pois regardless. But you're like, I really don't like it. And come to find out you're allergic to beans.
Exactly.
And it's like you never had that opportunity to communicate to someone. So now you get married and your wife was like, I'm making sauce pois. Now you can say, listen, I'm allergic to sauce pois. I don't like it and I'm allergic. And she's like, what? She might, but depending on her upbringing, she might switch into that mom mode of, no, they didn't feel what much.
Exactly.
I'm allergic to it. We have to communicate and say, no, this is for real. Like,
exactly.
You can be allergic to things. You cannot, and it's okay not to like certain things.
Right.
It's okay not to like something and no, I don't want it.
One thing, how growing up, whatever they make you have to eat, whether it be whatever food, you have to have a choice. You could be like, babe, what do you like? Okay, I want this. Okay, I'm gonna make it. Instead of them just making it and they leave it on the stove for you to eat. No.
Exactly. And then in turn, now you're mad at her.
Yeah.
She always making lalo on Tuesday. I don't even like lalo. Exactly. But did you tell her?
No.
Did you tell her you didn't like it?
Many. So that's the thing. That's what I like. The comfortability of having a choice. Instead of being shoved in your face and eat it. Make sure you eat it. You
I
know?
slaved all day and now, no, it's all right.
Exactly.
But thank you so much, Eden, for taking the time to speak to the Sandra Says guest. I hope you have a great day. Kiss the baby, kiss the wife for me.
I will. Thank you for having me on Sandra Says.
You're welcome. Thank you so much.
Alrighty.